Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616 and to day 3 of the Punisher week. After all 8 episodes were watched, there was one question that many Marvel fans asked after seeing The Defenders. Where was Frank Castle? The Punisher was completely absent from the show's events, with lots of fans confused, as you'd think Frank would have noticed this and acted on it. Based on a clip released by the Punisher's Twitter account, the explanation seems to be that Frank wasn't active as the Punisher during the events of the Defenders. We see Frank hammering away in front of the Empire State Building, which is lit up red. My guess is this is a very deliberate choice, showing that this scene takes place when the Defenders ends, with the tower glowing red as an unknowing tribute to Daredevil. However, is it possible that Frank could ever join the Defenders in the future? The Defenders is, of course, a miniseries, meaning it was never intended to have any more than 8 episodes. However, many people behind the scenes have said that it could. This would really be the only way for Frank to team up with the whole team, as they actually aren't allowed on his show. The showrunner for The Punisher actually made a point to not let any other Defenders on, as he wanted The Punisher to be a very focused show. That, by the way, narrows down our options for the secret Marvel hero by quite a bit. I think it's unlikely that Frank might be on any of the other character shows, besides maybe Daredevil's. The blow here is that Netflix really doesn't have any reason to renew The Defenders. Overall, the miniseries was expensive and time-consuming and ended up not being the success they were hoping for. As of right now, Netflix would have no reason to detract time and money from the far more successful solo series to devote to a second season of The Defenders. With that said, come 2019, it won't be up to them anymore. I've talked a good bit over the last couple of videos about how all of these shows will be leaving Netflix and going to Disney's streaming service in 2019. In yesterday's video specifically, I said that this could potentially be a good thing, as it might be a fresh start for these shows. They could bring down the episode number and, in turn, bring up the budget. With that said, Disney does have a reason to renew The Defenders. They're trying to gain as much interest in their service as possible, so making a Defenders Season 2 could be a smart move for them. Now, admittedly, making a second season would be pretty difficult. At the end of the day, it's pretty hard to think of a threat that's big enough to force all of these heroes together, but still small enough that it doesn't catch the Avengers' attention. Off the top of my head, The Hand is honestly the only one I can really think of. And I don't know about you, but I've personally had my fill of people in khakis talking about how ancient they are, and in proceeding to get their butts kicked by the Defenders with ease. Now, seeing the Punisher join this team would be really cool, just because all of their dynamics. We've already seen Daredevil and Frank's, but what about him and Jessica? She would never want to admit it, but the two of them are more similar than it may seem at first glance. If you strip away all of the specifics, they're both extremely damaged, cut-off people who are also the only ones in the group who have actually killed someone, for reasons very personal to them. There's something really interesting that could be done there. Meanwhile, Danny is so naive and hot-headed he'd probably get on Frank's nerves. And Luke is mainly pretty serious, like Frank, but he has a very strong moral code. Plus, we all know how he feels about guns, so having to work with Frank's vast arsenal would be a challenge for him. Then, if you threw Elektra in the mix, if she's trying to overcome her demons, Frank could very well have the opposite effect on her, further bringing out her killer instincts. So is it possible we could get another season of The Defenders with Frank joining the team? Yes, I think it is. I think Disney could very well bring us a second season on their new service as an extra draw. However, even if it doesn't, I honestly would be okay with it. Oddly enough, The Defenders did leave me feeling like I wanted to see more of them all together as a team like that, but I'd also kind of be okay with it if they didn't. So, what do you guys think? Would you like to see Disney renew Defenders on their service? And if so, what are some things that you'd like to see in that season? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time on day 4 of the Punisher week.